Okay, we're going to talk at 5.1 ratios and rates. We spent a lot of time last year learning about ratios, rates, and unit rates. So today we're going to just review some of those concepts that are going to be important for our current unit of study. First, a couple of vocab. We have ratio. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities using division. We can write a ratio in three ways. As a fraction, 3 to 4. With the word 2, 3 to 4. Or with a colon, 3 colon 4. All of these represent comparing 3 to 4. A rate is a special kind of ratio. It is a ratio of two quantities with different units. 60 miles compared to 2 hours. So 60 miles per 2 hours. We can take a rate and write it as a unit rate. A unit rate is a rate with a denominator of 1. That is called a unit. It's out of 1 unit. The best thing this is used for is for comparing. So if we want to compare two things, we want them both to be unit rates out of the same unit. This rate, 60 miles every 2 hours or 60 miles to 2 hours, is equivalent to 30 miles every 1 hour. They're both representing the same rate. This one is just a unit rate because, again, it's out of 1 hour. All right, so let's look at our first example. We have example 1. There are 45 males and 60 females in a subway car. The subway car travels 2.5 miles in 5 minutes. A wants us to find the ratio of males to females. Males to females. The order in which this is being asked is important. We have to follow the same order when writing our ratio. So 45 males and 60 females. 45 needs to go with the males first because males was written first, to 60 females. This is a good ratio. I want to simplify the ratio. So in order to simplify the ratio, I want to find out what value I can divide them both by. 15. So 45 divided by 15 is 3. 60 divided by 15 is 4. So my ratio is 3 to 4. If I would have written 4 to 3, that would imply that there's 4 males to every 3 females because of how the ratio was written. So we do want to be really careful there. And we always want to simplify our ratios. All right. Looking at B, find the speed of the subway car. When we're talking speed, we want miles compared to time. In our case, it would be minutes. So miles per minute. I'm going to write that again. Miles per minute. This we refer to as a word ratio. It is a ratio of the quantities or the units that we are comparing to each other. So if I go to my other ratio, or if I go back to the questions, let's find the speed of the subway car. The speed is 2.5 miles in 5 minutes. So 2.5 miles in 5 minutes. And you'll notice that my word ratio matches my units in my ratio. How would you change 2.5 miles per minute into a unit rate in miles per hour? So we're going to first do 2.5 miles per 1 minute. So I need to find this as a unit rate. So 2.5 miles in 5 minutes. To change something into a unit rate, we divide the numerator by the denominator. So we're going to do 2.5 divided by 5, which is 0.5 miles for 1 minute. And again, this is a unit rate because it's out of 1. Now the question said miles per hour. So if we want to change 1 minute into an hour, we have to multiply it by 60, which we also must do the same to the numerator to keep it equivalent. So this would be 0.5 times 60, which is 30 miles in 60 minutes, which is 30 miles for 1 hour, giving us our unit rate. Example 2, looking at a ratio table or ratios in a table. So it says the table shows the cost for different amounts of artificial turf. Find the unit rates in dollars per square foot. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to find the unit rate in dollars per square foot. So the word ratio here is cost or money per square foot. I'm going to choose one of my comparisons. So I'm going to choose this one. Now, based on the table, it's important to note the difference. In the table, the amount or square footage is on the top and the dollars is on the bottom. But in our word ratio, we have cost on top and square feet on the bottom. So this entry that from the table we chose, we want to write the numbers in the appropriate spot. So cost is 400. So in my word ratio, cost on top, I need 400 on top, and my square footage, 100, will be on the bottom. This is not a unit rate. This is the cost for 100 square feet. I want the cost for 1 square foot. So I'm going to go ahead and divide 400 divided by 100. That gives me an answer of 4. 4 is the cost. So it's going to go on top. Whenever I do my unit rate division, that value will always be my numerator. So $4 for every 1 square foot. And we can also write that as $4 per square foot. Now, how do I use that? Well, if I want to use a unit rate, I'm often taking how many of something I want and I'm multiplying it by my unit rate. So I'm going to often take how many times the unit rate. So let's look at an example by that. So I have the unit rate of $4 per square foot. I want to know how much 3,400 square feet would cost. So how many do I want? I want 3,400, and I'm going to multiply that by my unit rate, which is 4. Because I'm buying this many of them, they're $4 for each one. That's going to give me a total of $13,600. If I want 9,000 square feet, how many do I want? I want 9,000, and I'm going to times that by 4 for a total of 36,000. Example 3, saving money. All right, so finding a better deal. Well, if I want to find a better deal, that means I'm comparing, which tells me I need unit rates. So we have 2 local grocery stores are selling oranges. Pick and Save sells 15 oranges for $3.60. Sendix is selling 8 oranges for $1.78. Which is a better deal? Well, what I'm really trying to find is I want to know the cost per orange. So if I want cost per orange, I'm first going to look at Pick and Save. Cost is $3.60 for 15 oranges. So $3.60 on top to match my cost divided by 15 oranges on the bottom. For Sendix, it's $1.78, which is my cost. That's going to be on top divided by my number of oranges, 8. I'm going to go ahead and divide $3.60 divided by 15 oranges. That gives me 0.24 or 24 cents per orange. So again, it's out of 1 orange. And at Sendix, I get 0.23, so about 23 cents per orange. Since they're both out of 1 orange, I can compare, and it looks like Sendix is the better deal. It's cheaper by a cent. $4.80 for 40 ounces or $6.82 for 62 ounces. Again, I want the cost divided by how many ounces, and then I want the cost divided by the number of ounces. When I go ahead and do that division for the first one, $4.80 divided by 40, that's going to give me 12 cents per ounce. And the other one is going to be $6.82 divided by 62 is 11 cents per ounce. So again, this deal was better. the $6.82 for 62 ounces. And let's buy some cat food. So 3 cans for $2.37. So money is almost always on top. We're dividing the money by how many we have. I should write cans here, excuse me, money per can. So $2.37 for 3 cans, or $9 for 12 cans. Doing that division, we get 0.79, so 79 cents per can. And then we get for this one, 75 cents per can. So this is a better deal because it is cheaper. Let's take a look at a couple more examples. We're going to talk about complex fractions. So a complex fraction is a fraction that contains another fraction. So what that means is we have a fraction in the numerator or in the denominator. Okay, if 1/3 of a gallon of paint covers 1/9 of a 1/3 of a gallon of paint covers 1/9 of a gate, then how many gallons of paint are needed to cover the entire gate? We want the entire gate. We want 1 gate. So that's our unit. So that means I want paint per gate. The paint is 1/3, so I have 1/3 a gallon of paint for 1/9 of the gate. So to find my unit rate, that's the complex fraction. So I got a fraction within a fraction. I'm going to divide 1/3 divided by 1/9. Keep my first fraction and change my second to its reciprocal, division to multiplication. This gives me 9/3, which is 3. So that means I need 3 gallons per gate. 3 gallons per gate through that division. All right. From a graph, the graph shows the speed of a subway car. Find the speed in miles per minute. So I have miles per minute. Just as a reminder, x comma y is my coordinate plane. Minutes for x, miles for y. I can choose either of these points. I'm going to choose the first one, which tells me, again, for speed, I want miles per minute. My miles is 1/4 in 1/2 of a minute. So to find my unit rate or my speed, I'm going to divide 1/4 divided by 1/2, which is 1/4 times 2/1, leaving me with 2/4, which is 1/2. So the speed is 1/2 miles per minute. And we'll do the last one, walking rate. We're going to do the same similar fashion. We want to know feet per second. So I'm going to choose a point. Now remember, y is feet, x is seconds. So I go 11 feet in 2 seconds. When I divide this, I get 5.5 feet for 1 second. So we would say our speed is 5.5 feet per second. And that is our review of ratios, rates, and unit rates.